Thank you. On behalf of the Transportation Trades Department, our 32 affiliated unions, and the millions of frontline transportation workers that I'm proud to help represent, I want to thank Chairman Wicker, Senator Cantwell, for inviting me to testify this morning. You know, in America today, it's easy to focus on what divides us, right? Polarizing rhetoric, political labels, and differing ideas can make us forget that at the end of the day, we all want the same thing: a good job and peace of mind for ourselves and for our family. And transportation and infrastructure should be an issue that unites us. As Chairman Wicker already noted, you've proven that it can be with the recent passage of FAA reauthorization, Amtrak reauthorization before that, and of course the FAST Act. These were all good pieces of legislation that the labor movement was proud to support, but when it comes to funding levels, they were simply not enough. They are not enough to meet the demands that we place in our system today. They are not enough to meet the demands that we're going to place in our system over the next 10 years. And they are nowhere near enough for what we need to leave a legacy of economic stability and world-class infrastructure for our children the way that our parents and grandparents did for us. Past generations, they did more than just build the interstate highway system, rail lines that connected New York to California and every state in between, and an aviation system that set the global standard. By ensuring that those who built this country and contributed to its economy enjoyed the benefits of a strong union contract, they also helped create the middle class. Sadly, today, we run the risk of letting these great legacies crumble away. We know failure by the federal government to invest in infrastructure hurts working families. It hurts our economy. And that's why today I want to take you past GDP indicators, past the report card scores, and past the dizzying array of numbers and figures that we can all point to, and focus on ways that failing to invest in infrastructure takes a toll on individuals. I'm talking about the office worker who misses out on time with their family because of soul-crushing commutes. Truck drivers, right here in the Port of Virginia, who regularly lose out on pay because they are stuck, sometimes for hours on end, on traffic jams caused by outdated infrastructure. Families in West Virginia who face uncertainty because funding for their commuter train, their lifeline to a good job, is now being jeopardized. You know, we used to pride ourselves on being a nation that dug deeper, built higher, and went faster. But now we are holding our economy and working families hostage by failing to invest in projects like Gateway in the Northeast and expanding the SULOCs in the Midwest. Let me be clear. Our members, they stand ready, willing, and able to drive the buses, build the roads, move the freight, fly the airplanes, and dare to dream on major projects that are only possible with support and leadership from the federal government. The policy solutions here are no great mystery. We've already talked about them. We need to stabilize the highway trust fund through a gas tax increase, mileage-based user fee, or some other user fee-based approach. We must return the harbor maintenance tax fund to its intended purpose of funding our nation's seaports. We must make permanent the tax credit for short-line railroads and fund grade crossing improvements. And federal infrastructure investments must be paired with strong labor policies and Buy America rules so that America tax dollars will be used to create good middle-class jobs that we can all be proud of. Finally, if we want to improve our transportation system, we have got to stop shutting down the federal government. We hopefully just avoided another crisis if press reports are to be believed, but we cannot ignore the harm caused by shutting our government for 35 days, the longest in history. I'm talking about federal employees who use their government job to lift themselves out of poverty, only to find that they couldn't pay for gas or rent or groceries, the safety issues, posed and perishable evidence lost because NTSB accident investigators were told to stay home. The damage done to our aviation industry by forcing TSA officers, air traffic controllers, FAA inspectors, and technicians to work without pay for over a month, closing air traffic control training facilities, and failing to maintain the equipment needed to operate a world-class aviation system. We have to stop punishing federal employees and hindering the public service they provide over policy debates that, quite frankly, have nothing to do with them. Let me close with this message by showing the courage that this crisis, our infrastructure crisis, deserves. We can leave behind a legacy better than crumbling roads, bridges, and struggling transit systems, better than congested ports and airports. Working families are ready. It is now your turn to show America that you are ready to meet these challenges head on. Thank you.